The ground continues to be rocky and uneven, although you are on the flatter side where it's leveled off on that incline. The vegetation is a bit denser, but you haven't seen anything taller than a shrub or a short bush. Phaedra believes that there's probably some sort of acidity to the soil that is restricting what types of plants grow here, which is not terribly unusual for land that borders on all that swamp.
Indirect ass land.
After several hours of walking, it becomes clear that the fog is played a bit of a trick even with Octomer's keen eyes, and the distances are deceptive. When the group approaches to the point where everyone can easily see, a small hut is not actually an apt description. This is kind of like an average-size home that a farmer might live in or something.
Oh, boy.
This motherfucker's alive in there?
At least one.
We are not at all fit for dinner. Not dressed, not bathed. We're hardly suitable guests at the moment.
I don't think that's going to change anytime soon, Phaedra.
No.
Oh, well, what's the worst that can happen? He's just going to turn into an agent of this fucking wizard and we're going to have to kill him anyway.
Yep.
What if there's more?
I guess let's approach. Fuck it. Let's see if we can't get any information from this dude's front lawn.
All right. As you draw very near to the house, you see that there is a small but well-maintained garden off to the side, and that the doorway and all of the windows have bundles of fragrant herbs hanging from them.
Yeah, I would too. But still, why? Why here?
Might not have been their choice. We're right there, right?
You're maybe 50 feet away from the front door. There is a very delicious smell of food cooking wafting out the window.
Instantly, I think it's a trap.
Yeah, Ricardo de Vega doesn't have the media literacy of one Jordan, but yeah. Sussy Baka-chan shit all up here. Let's go say hello and get eaten.
Can we see what kind of a construction the house is yet?
Yeah, I mean, I certainly wouldn't be able to put a label on an architectural style for you.
Is it mid-colonial, or is it more like...
Or is it more prehistory, or...
It's very much...
New England salt box? What are we looking like?
You could very much see that the newer the construction elements look, probably the better they are.
Okay, yeah.
But it's what you guys would expect that you would be able to accomplish if you were to settle down and try and make better tools and build a place here, probably over the course of years.
We get the sense that this was a more handmade, single to small group effort. It's not like they dialed 1-900 Swamp Shack and they got this thing delivered, I guess.
No.
Alright, well, I guess I knock on the door then.
Alright, so Octomer approaches the door, and you do notice, beside the door, dangling in a range like a wind chime, it looks like fish bones.
I love that for us.
You knock on the door, and there is a very immediate bang and some clanging.
Yep, they're startled. Makes sense.
And then a feminine voice calls out, "Who's there? Who is it?"
How do you respond to someone like this?
My name is Ricardo Vega. I believe I am trapped here, same as you.
There is several ellipsis dots of pause, followed by, "Open the door. No fast moves."
I have friends with me, just warning you.
Bye.
So no surprises. And I will slowly open the door.
You open the door into a mostly rather homely space. There's a big fire going in a big fireplace. upon which sits a crude cauldron, and there is a stew bubbling in it. There are many dried flowers hanging from the ceiling. There are shelves on the walls that have little odds and ends, shiny stones, small, like, almost taxidermied animals. There's also surprisingly refined tools made mostly out of knapped stone, but some of them are like a crude iron, like the cauldron. In the center of the room, however, there is an overturned table with a bunch of plates and things all over the floor. And peeking from behind that table, there is a woman's face, and there is a good 3 feet of spear resting on the table, pointing in your direction. The woman has dark skin, she has long braided hair that has lots of feathers and bones and stuff in it.
Could I have like a estimation on how old this she is? Like our age?
Does Ricardo speak Aquilonian?
Cole does.
I do. Zangorian, Aquilonian.
I thought you did, but I wanted to make sure.
Okay.
It suddenly occurs to you that she spoke to you in Aquilonian, but it is odd and heavily accented. As far as age goes, she looks like she's approaching middle age.
Okay.
As you guys are just kind of standing there, you're looking in, she's looking out at you. She says, "Are you real, or are you more phantoms sent to haunt me?"
Oh,
Oh, damn, are we getting into a philosophical quote now?
We haven't found the phantoms. We just survived the swamp.
Well, we are real.
that's what we checked anyway.
It's been many years since anyone has survived to make it this far.
I can only imagine.
Cautiously, she stands up from behind the table, still clutching to the spear. Her stance indicates to Ricardo that she knows how to use the thing as well.
Mhm.
She's very lean and muscular, and she's wearing makeshift armor, fur around the shoulders, fur belt, but a lot of the armor is an odd leather that seems to be covered with scales.
Are they pointy or round scales?
Very round.
Gator? Gator golf?
Fish scales.
Can you make fish leather?
You could sew fish scales to leather.
True.
at
True.
least.
What a disturbing idea.
Again, my name is Ricardo. I don't know if I have caught yours.
I am Nala.
Ricardo looks a little bit sheepish, going, I actually didn't expect another live person here, so I didn't know what we were going to find, but I guess he just gestures to the table. Do you want me to want some help getting that back up?
She relaxes the slightest bit. I suppose. My dinner is almost ready. There's probably not enough to fill all of our bellies, but you're welcome to have some if you are friendly.
Stew sounds wonderful.
A dry spot to rest my feet and my body honestly sounds very good if you were willing to offer that. He'll, put his stuff away and go over to the table to help write it up and all that kind of shit.
You came from the waters to the south?
Yes, we were teleported into a jungle.
Oh yes, that's happened to all of us. I don't think anyone lived here naturally.
Is anyone else here?
No, not now.
But yes, we decided to, travel the waters up from the south. Bad business there.
It's lucky that you made it here before nightfall.
These phantoms you to speak of?
Phantoms? She repeats the word a couple times, and the way her accent is, you can tell she's wondering if she was using the correct word. All of this area, this ground, there's strange magic here. There are the fishmen who come out at night.
An eyebrow quirks at fishmen.
Cole is not happy to hear this.
But you look tough enough that you could handle the fishmen easily. The bigger problem is the beast.
Singular?
What type of beast?
I haven't seen it, but when I first came here, I spent a lot of time hiding in small caverns against the Great Wall. She throws a thumb towards the canyon wall. I was able to find out that the beast will not approach certain smells. I think its nose is sensitive. It doesn't like my herbs, and she gestures around to the flowers hanging from the ceiling and the plants hanging in the windowsill. I strongly recommend when you decide to move on, and she looks a little bit sad at this point because they always do, and they never come back. They usually don't listen. That you take some of my herbs with you and wear them around your neck.
There has been people before us?
Not for many years, but yes.
Can I take a closer look at what kinds of herbs are hanging in the windows?
Yes.
Professional curiosity and all that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Game recognizes game and all that, yeah. What do we got?
Make a lore check. Difficulty 1.
I imagine I'm like reaching out, touching very gently so I don't like break anything that's brittle, giving them a good sniff.
They're all very fragrant herbs. There's some that you have never seen before. Lemony smells. There's a lot of different mints. There's sage. There's also wolfsbane. Even a couple of dried fungus are present in each bundle.
Do you grow your own herbs, or do you gather what's here? I imagine it's both.
Yes, most of what you see here is grown in my garden now, but many, many years ago when I first got here, obviously I had to gather everything. I would take things that grew in and around the caves that seemed to keep the beasts the farthest away. I've seen entire patrols of the fishmen just ripped to pieces.
And we think it is only one of these things? I suppose that tracks from how these areas seem to happen. There's always one overly large beastie of some sorts that rules the roost.
Well, as long as you wish to stay, I have plenty of space, and the creature does not come near my home. Somewhere to the north, I do not get very close. There is something that belongs to the one that sent us here. Standing stones and runes on the ground. I believe that is the source of the strange magic that infests this place.
The fog and such?
Yes.
Is it better to get rid of the fog or to leave it in place?
Special thanks to Toys and Things in Danvers, Massachusetts, Reaper Miniatures, Off the Wall Games in Hadley, Massachusetts, Games and Friends in Springfield, Massachusetts, as well as AAA Games Arena in Wilbraham, Massachusetts. If you enjoy the show, help the podcast grow. Give us a follow on Twitter at LordsBroken, join the community Discord, and maybe consider offering a small tribute to the old ones on our Ko-Fi. All these links and more can be found in our link tree at linktr.ee/thebrokenlords. Thank you.